This episode of the Nerd Corporation podcast may contain spoilers and explicit language. Listener discretion is advised.
You are listening to the Nerd Corp podcast. This is Carlos Ferro, the voice of Dominic Santiago in the Gears of War franchise, and a bunch of others saying, "Sup, bitches? Shit chat."
Welcome to the Nerd Corporation.
What up, everybody? It's Thursday, and you know what that means.
Big City Slams, boys.
Big City Slams.
Yes.
Slick Bar Downskis.
Bardowski's crushing them Sandos.
Crushing some Sandos before Pracky.
Crushing Sanduskies.
No, it's podcast day. Welcome to Season 3, Episode 8, Daniel, Bryan, and the Chamber of Eliminations.
Yay!
It's so good.
We're going to be talking about the Elimination Chamber matchup pay-per-view wrestling thing. I really liked this pay-per-view.
It was shorter, but we were talking about how, despite it being short, it was still, like, top-notch.
Yeah, it was
And
the best.
if they could just be really short and really good, then...
Well, and that's the thing. Like, the shorter it is, the less time that you're going, well, what can we fill this with?
Yeah.
I know, just some bullshit.
Like that throwaway match with Ronda and what's her name?
Yeah. Like,
Ronda Rousey and Toucan Sam.
Yeah.
Toucan Sam, Toucan get it. I don't even care.
Yeah. Any day of the week.
Any day of the week.
But only if she wants to, because we at the Nerd Corporation are
Pro consent.
I didn't follow along because I don't want her to get it from me.
She can't have it.
She can't have it.
No.
Tough fucking
So
sledding.
if she showed up at your door and said, look, I really need you to give it to me, you'd be like, nah.
Like, I know a couple other guys who are more
I
than
could
willing,
make a phone call.
despite your facial features.
Tell you what, I've got some people.
Just follow your nose.
But before we get into that, let's get on with some nerd news. Did you guys hear that Spider-Man and Detroit Become Human got permanent price drops?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You mentioned this, Eddie, yesterday when we were watching the pay-per-view.
Yeah. As of this recording, Detroit Become Human is now at $40, and
Way around.
Spider-Man is at $40, and Detroit Become Human is $20.
I say, even at full price, Detroit Become Human is a definite, like, in my opinion, it's a buy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I didn't buy it myself, but after I redboxed it and I played as much as I could having that game, because with Redbox it's like what, $3 a night.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, if I keep this for like 3 nights, that's like almost $10. So let's pump this out. And I got most of a good majority of the game through. I could feel like I was coming to the end of the game, but
Yeah. You know, people, some people's whose opinion I care a great deal for say that Detroit Become Human was the best PlayStation game that came out last year.
oh, it was. I
so-
want to go back and finish it, and now I have the chance to, as well as like what I was talking about this on Facebook with Nate Christensen actually, and he was just praising its replayability because there are so many different endings that you can get. Like, to get, like, if you were to try and platinum that game, you would have to go through and play the game like over and over again because there's so many different endings. But
Hell yeah.
$20 is a steal, that's for sure.
oh yeah, and you get like, it's just like the other Quantum Dream games that came out. Like, you get invested in the characters and the story, and it just sucks you in. And now I have to go back and finish it.
Yeah. I'm pissed because that Spider-Man just dropped $20 because I just barely went and bought my little brother's a PS4, and I bought a brand new copy of Spider-Man.
For the $60?
Yeah. That fucking pisses me off.
I mean, at least it's only a $20 difference.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Still.
They're loving the shit out of that game.
That's good.
The only one I have is the fact that there was a game that was being worked on many years ago for Xbox called Scalebound, and it basically became a dead title until recently. Apparently, the Switch is going to pick it up and release it.
Oh, well, that's good. I have a Switch.
Yeah.
They're gonna switch it up.
We all 4 have Switches now. That's an update.
We do.
Thank you to my sisters.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not thinking them. I didn't get mine through them, but
I don't really have any nerd news, but
Nerd
news. But I do have first impressions on 2 games that I've been playing. First is that the new Metro game, Metro Exodus. It's a Metro game, so you should know what you're getting involved with. For those that don't know, these are video games that are based off of a Russian novel that's been in the works for a long time, and it follows a post-apocalyptic Russia, the motherland, basically, where the bombs dropped and everybody's in underground, so they took refuge in the metros.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, these games are fucking rad. They're really cool. If you can get past their shortcomings, these games are really, really cool.
And
You
by
can
the way,
ignore the bad things about them. They're great.
Well, absolutely. I mean, they've got some stuff that'll drive people away for sure.
and
Yeah.
that
They're not the
Metro
easiest.
Redux is $8 on the PSN.
Which is insane.
For
That's
2
the,
games.
Yeah, that's the first 2 games.
Yeah,
That is one hell of a steal right there. That first game is something special. For
it
sure.
is. I've been playing it on my PC actually, and it's fucking terrifying. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if in Exodus are you fighting like any weird monsters, or are you just like fighting people?
No, there's mutants.
Okay,
There's
'cause, yeah.
There's like really weird. I think they're called Watchmen. They look like rats. They've been like mutated rats, but they're gigantic. They're like the size of like a really large cat, like a
Are they?
mountain lion or
So
something.
they're ROUSs.
What?
Rats of unusual size.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah.
That might be the same thing that's in these first couple games too.
I'm glad you got that.
I don't know what the fuck you were talking about, so I'm glad
rats.
somebody did.
You know now, though, right?
I know now.
Okay, all right.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Sucker.
Yeah. It's kind of sad that we've had this much time to reiterate on gameplay, and we could have made it a little bit more silkier, a little bit more smoother.
Yeah,
But it's not at all. Still feels like a Metro game, which is, it's just my only disappointing thing about it so far.
And I was playing because after watching you play Exodus, I kind of went home and I reinstalled the first Metro on my PC, and I'm like, I'm gonna just play these through, see how far I can get through them, and so I decided to go home and reinstall Metro after you were playing Exodus the other night, and it's an older game, and it's not the Redux or anything, so it's like the original game, and I'm like, my computer can run like 16 of these at the same time. It's fine. And except for the fact that there is a scene where after you go out in the first game, you go out on a mission and you come back because you get attacked by these things while you're in a minecart pushing it.
Yeah.
And you have to turn around and shoot them while the guys are pushing and you're trying to get away.
Yeah.
And you go into this weird cutscene, and then you wake up and you get back to where you're staying in the underground city, and you're all celebrating, drinking vodka, and they do a cheers, and then your viewpoint looks down, and my guy grabbed the cup and went to drink it, but the cup didn't follow his hand. It kind of skitched it, and then he set it down, and then the second time he went to sip it, and the cup just stayed on the table, and I was like, well, it's to be expected because this is an older game.
Yeah. I don't know. The 2 biggest things is, it runs like shit. It doesn't feel good at all, especially on a pro. I put a video on my Facebook, the guy flying through the air.
Oh yeah.
Because I put one shot into him, and then he flew over to a different section and took cover. I just
Like you do.
like you do.
Yeah.
like you do.
Just floats over.
Fuck this, I'm out.
Pretty much. And then I hate how slow you run. It's like you're in a fucking crawl, and I don't know. It just playing other shooters, it just feels really weird.
Yeah.
The second game is that one game I was talking about beforehand. It's called Radiant Historia, It's basically just a super awesome JRPG that focuses on time travel, just like Chrono Trigger does. And I'm like way into it. Like I stopped playing Metro because I'm just.
What's that one on?
It's only on 3DS. Yeah, but it is rad. This game is really fucking cool. It's made by Atlas.
Oh.
So.
They can do no wrong.
And it's got music made by Yoko Shimimura, which is the same person that does Kingdom Hearts. And yeah, it's like, it's all fucking over this game. Like, Kingdom Hearts music is all over this game. It's fucking rad.
Alright, so I've got a couple things. First of all, I mean, I think I told you guys, and I'm sure I shared it or whatever, but Crank Yankers is coming back.
Hell
I saw that.
Revival.
Going to Hawaii. Yay!
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 I got mail.
Yay!
Yeah, Crank Yankers. I love that shit, and I mean I love the guys involved because it's Adam Carolla and what's the other dude's name?
I can't
I can't remember his name.
But for those
Was
of
it
you
No, it wasn't Doug
that
Stanhope.
don't know
was it?
what Crank Yankers is, it's a show that Comedy Central had on a while back where they would reorchestrate
Yeah.
prank phone calls with puppets.
Yeah,
And
like Sesame Street.
They
style
were the best.
Puppets.
Yeah, like
and
Muppets.
my favorite one was the one where the guy called like I think it was like a sex shop, and he just kept saying Batman. Batman. I'm like, what? He's like, Bat Cave. And then, I'm sorry, sir, you're gonna have to call back Bruce Wayne. That's all he did.
Also, it's happened.
Yeah.
Jessica Jones
And the Punisher.
are
Went the way
canceled.
of the buffalo.
And you know, like I keep seeing all these people that are all over the place online saying Disney didn't cancel it, Netflix did, and I'm like, well, yeah, no shit, because Disney made it fucking impossible for them to keep it around.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's business 101. If you want to get out of a contract, make it impossible to for the other side to want to keep the contract.
Why would they want to
Like,
cancel that? That's like some of their biggest hard-hitting shows.
yeah, there's no way they would voluntarily go, you know, remember that thing that was so successful and made us a shitload of money? Fuck that.
What if
Fuck
we
that.
didn't have that
What if we
anymore?
just didn't? Let's just
Hear me out.
let's just not.
Hear me out. Just not anymore.
I
That's
mean,
all.
like, really, and
we
all,
just don't make it anymore.
all they would have had to say too was, yeah, we're not doing another season this year. We're not recording another season. We're not making it. And then Netflix would be like, all right, well, fuck that then. Peace out.
So you want to
Like,
stop
that's-
and take a little hiatus, maybe a breather? No.
Yeah, I mean that's
We stop and we don't.
Take it out back and shoot it.
Like my Nana.
like that's all they have to do, as you know, Disney, and you know, and then boom, it's done.
Yeah, some people don't understand
Yeah,
that shit
like-
at all. They just want to scapegoat things.
Yeah, they just want to go, oh, okay, well, who's the one who actually said cancel? Netflix did? Netflix fucking, oh my god!
Don't look at us.
Yeah.
Don't look at us. It was Netflix.
You said bomb. Bomb, ba, bomb, ba, bomb, bomb, bomb.
Can't say bomb on an airplane.
These are
Harold
such
and
old
Kumar.
references.
Harold and Kumar. Oh god.
Have you guys watched yet? I haven't started it yet, but The Umbrella Academy.
No,
I have.
I haven't.
We've
it-
watched a few episodes.
Yeah?
It's really good.
Dude, I've heard nothing but
Which
good
one
things
is
about
that?
it.
Hulu?
No, it's Netflix.
Is it
It's
Netflix?
the Gerard Way comic, if I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken.
yeah, it's a Gerard Way comic.
Yeah.
And it's about a group of women. I think it's like 40-something women give birth to children on the 12th hour in October in like the 80s. But the catch is that they hadn't been pregnant like when they woke up that morning. And so this eccentric like millionaire, like he practically just buys 7 of these children. And they grow up with like extraordinary abilities. Like one is really tall. He's just like, he has heavy endurance and really strong. One can control people's minds by telling them that she heard a rumor about something. One can transfer through space and time. One turns into this like crazy like tentacle monster. Like you don't see it.
That's right. That's what it's all about, boys.
But like
I
this,
haven't read the manga yet.
but the story so far is like, from what I've seen, I think I've only seen like 3 or 4 episodes. So it's amazing. It's really good, really well written.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I've seen one of my friends that's in the our Utah Gamers group has been watching it and just like, I don't want to say incessantly because that's kind of like a negative word, but like just constantly posting about it and saying this show is amazing. And
yeah, this show is really good. It's like you said, it's Gerard Way's comic.
Which I didn't know that until like last week, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, because
Yeah.
I had heard about him doing that,
Mm-hmm.
and just it kind of fell off the radar for me.
Yeah, he was with, I think, Dark Horse. I
Yeah.
think Dark Horse is the publication that did it for him. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's definitely a good show.
It's on my list.
On the list. All
On
right,
my listy.
let's get down to business. Elimination Chamber. Holy shit. They started off with the women's tag chamber, and I mean, like, just the amount of shit that went on. You know, you had Mandy and Deville out with who was it? Was it Absolution? Was it?
You talking about who's out first?
Yeah, was it? It was Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, and who else? I can't remember who it was.
Me neither.
Me either, for some reason.
Was it Riot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
It was,
no, the Riot Squad was one of the first people to come out.
oh, but they didn't go in first. That's right.
I can't remember who it was. Well, anyway.
If you're watching and you remember who it was,
Yeah.
comment.
Let us know. By the way, we are doing a live stream. Hello, everybody in the stream.
Hello.
So, Mandy and Deville start dominating right out the bat. Mandy tries to do like a big boot and gets her foot stuck in the cage.
Oh yeah.
Just pull it out.
Yeah. The Riot Squad comes out first into their pods, and Riot Squad and Absolution have their own little exchange. It was Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan.
Oh.
And so
That's what I said when I said
yeah,
Riot.
yeah. Well, it's Absolution, not Riot Squad. Riot Squad was the first one to come out of the pods. Absolution were the ones that started first with Riot Squad.
Oh, with Riot Squad.
Uh-huh.
Okay, okay.
And then they did that whole double superplex, double power bomb.
Yeah. Yep.
Which was awesome.
That was really cool. The Iconics come out after, and then they have that pin scramble
Yeah.
on the floor,
Oh yeah.
which was pretty dope.
I loved when it wasn't. Let's see, what was the when because it happened again where Sasha was kind of taken out of commission for a minute.
Yeah.
And of course we had Bayley, who's like one of my favorite female wrestlers right now.
Yeah,
Like, I
she's dope.
fucking love her. She was just doing what she does, just fighting everyone.
Yeah.
And like just not giving a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of my favorite parts. But yeah, the best is yet to come.
Yeah,
on this
absolutely.
I actually like, as little as I like the Iconics, I actually like that they gave them a bit more play in this match.
Yeah, they were doing really good. They did those.
Yeah.
They were doing those double team moves to
Yeah.
everybody, and they were doing that pin scramble.
Yeah, the double pin that they pulled off.
Yeah.
That was great.
Like, that was way cool.
And they remember they did that that bulldog to the knee on Sasha's shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
And then so Carmella and Naomi come out third, and Carmella does the Hurricane Rana, like she was going to get power bombed, but she does that Hurricane Rana
Yeah.
to the cage. And then they all started doing their finishers. That whole finisher sequence was pretty sweet.
I like them together as well.
Yeah.
And then
And then Fabulous Glow eliminates the Iconics. And then Nia Tamina come out and they like dominate for like a good solid 3-4 minutes. And they pin the Iconics. The Iconics go out. And then like Sasha and Bayley come out and they starts whooping all this ass. And then Riot Squad climb that pod. They do that double crossbody off the rope. Sasha and Bailey off the pod. Nia and Tamina do that mid-rope Samoan to the splash. And then that's when the Riot Squad gets eliminated. And then
They also pulled off a double Samoan drop too, didn't
yeah,
they?
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
As soon as the Riot Squad's eliminated, Nia hits that pod.
Oh,
Goes straight into that pod.
crashed through the glass, and what I had noticed at first is she crashed through the glass, and then her face hit the inside of the outside window and cracked that. Like, didn't break it, but
that was
put
rough.
a crack in that, and she was out.
And then so everybody takes advantage and pins Tamina, like all the remaining
Yeah,
people.
they all just got on top of her. It was amazing.
That bank statement to Bailey to Belly
Oh my god,
was probably one of the smoothest ones I've ever seen them do.
Yeah, it was cool.
I was ecstatic about that.
And then Sasha, a little more exchange. Boston Hug Connection and Mandy are on the pod, and then like they get down, and Sasha does that modified bank statement where she uses her leg instead of her other arm because it was hurting so much, and so that's what won. And so Boston Hug Connection.
See, I really, really wanted Mandy and Sonya to win.
Did you?
Like, so bad. And so I was getting excited when they were the only ones left. I was like, oh, come on!
I thought Nia and Tamina were gonna win.
That was my prediction, but my hope was definitely Boston Hug. Like,
I mean, if you read the tea leaves, that it's almost kind of like that's who was gonna win.
Yeah.
Nia Jax, just because
she's been fucking shit up like
I mean, they've
crazy
had a
lately.
giant fucking pull for her lately.
Yeah.
So that's originally who I thought was gonna win. But
My high point for that match was that pod break when
Yep.
she went in
yeah.
through the pod.
hell yeah, yeah.
Mine was either that or
Just because she was so fucked up.
Yeah.
I would say that or the bank statement to Bailey to Belly was
Yeah.
my other one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. My low point for that was that Naomi and Carmella were the first ones to get eliminated.
Yeah, I like them together.
I really do too. I think
Dude, Naomi's incredible. Like,
Yeah.
mean,
Oh,
yeah.
she's
so
an
good.
athlete through and through.
Yeah.
She is amazing.
And Carmella's only getting better.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I don't know. I honestly thought Nia and Tamina were gonna win.
Mandy was looking great too.
Yeah, Mandy
Like,
has some really
she's
poppy moves.
Really, really improved. Like,
really crisp.
Oh
so
yeah,
fast.
her moves. That's what looked good.
well,
Yeah.
no, everything about it looked good. But that's never not looked good.
Yeah.
Hello, police.
Hello, the cops. You need to come see this.
Hello, the cops.
I gave that match a 5.
There's no
Easily.
reason to
Easily.
not give it a 5.
Yeah.
I didn't find anything wrong with it at all. I don't even have a low point.
And that was that. I think that's the first time and out of the beginning match was ever a 5 for me.
Oh yeah.
So, hell yeah. So, congrats, Boston Hug Connection, for being the first ever women's tag team champions. We go to the next match, which is our boys Miz O'Mac
Show me the money.
versus the Usos.
Money, 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 money.
And I mean, the match was pretty exciting. Was way exciting. You had, Shane and Jimmy start. Jimmy was dominating it the first time, and then they tag out and do they attempt that double super kick, and Shane's like, oh shit. And not Shane, Miz kind of like walks away and
You all right there, Michael Cole?
yeah. Right. And then that's when they tag in and they start doing those. They start like isolating that one side of the ring, which is something the Usos do way fucking well. And they did that for a while, and then that fucking giant clothesline from Jimmy Uso
Oh,
to
yeah,
Shane
dude.
McMahon. He was just like, boom.
So I was like, dude, I think JBL heard that close
Yeah.
down, like wherever he's at.
Yeah. Jimmy was mocking Miz using his corner clothesline, and it was just like it was the ego. You felt like the ego throughout the whole thing.
Man, watching Shane McMahon get on there and fucking rock the stage was really cool for me.
Dude, Shane, like, he's always the high point of any match that he's involved in.
Absolutely.
For me. I mean,
We were talking about it too, how he's just always constantly high flying, and I brought up the WrestleMania match, Derek, that me and you watched at your house that one night where he fought The Undertaker, and he didn't fall off the cage, he jumped off the cage, and
he didn't.
Undertaker moved out of the way.
Yeah.
And that was gonna bring me to the when he did the elbow drop. Was it to?
I don't remember
Was
which
it
Jimmy
that
or
one
Jay?
where they put him on the table and fucking flew for ages?
Yep.
Well, and wasn't that just after already having done a coast to coast?
Yeah, he tried to do the coast to coast.
No, he tried a double, didn't he?
Yeah, he tried the double.
Yeah.
He did the first one, and then he was trying to do the second one, but caught a super kick. And that I think that was like my low point. I think was that there wasn't a double coast to coast.
Yeah.
I would have wanted to.
If I had to pick a low point,
yeah, seriously, like
that would be it. But even then, not really.
And I'm okay with the match result too, because I mean, it's not like they were gonna have them keep them forever.
Absolutely,
you know?
I'm totally.
Yeah, but they could have kept it longer.
Like,
I was all about that team.
You know, Shane McMahon is gonna be a busy motherfucker. You know, like. He's got shit to do. He can't just constantly be out there doing matches and keeping tag titles.
Yes, he can.
So Miz does the skull crushing finale, and I forgot one of the Usos, like, turns it into a pin, and that's how it ends. My high point for that match was that Shane elbow.
Oh yeah.
Just because that motherfucker can fly,
And we forgot.
he flew,
We forgot
bro.
to mention Bailey's elbow in the Elimination Chamber.
Oh, that's right. I love her elbow.
Yeah.
Her elbow.
This is like gotta be the most slammiest, most droppiest fucking thing I've ever seen, man.
Big city slams.
The
bros.
slams were epic as fuck in this one, dude. Like, it just, and it was brutal as shit. Some of these drops were insane. And like in it really started with this match. I'm just like, my God, how are they not breaking fucking bones over here?
Well, and Eddie, do you remember, like, back before they started doing all this stuff with the women, like, I never, not once, gave a woman's match anything higher than a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ever.
Yeah.
Because they were just...
They were bland.
They were so bland. But now that they've been given the proper spotlight that they deserve, they're just like,
Yeah,
all right, let's run this shit.
I remember
You know?
back when they were the divas, you know,
Yeah.
and they were just kind of like a novelty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
it was-
oh, women are wrestling. Let's check this out. And they
Look,
had like
pretty.
wet T-shirt matches and like
Pretty.
just all this
Lingerie
like
matches.
stupid. Well, I mean, it wasn't stupid. It was fun to watch regardless. But like
But it wasn't
they weren't.
women's competition.
Yeah, they didn't have like
no one
titles
took
and
them
stuff.
seriously, so they didn't take themselves seriously.
Yep. And it really was pretty awesome. And I think it was with the introduction of like Alicia Fox, Beth Phoenix, Natalia, like when they started to come into the fray, like,
Well, and you know though that like there are also women from the past who would have absolutely taken it and run with it and had that
absolutely.
same passion and drive had
Absolutely.
they been given the spotlight.
Kelly,
Oh, yeah.
Tori Wilson, Trish Stratus,
Absolutely.
like all of those women. I mean, even what is it? Mickey James came back.
Well,
just because of it.
we got to see a little bit like of Trish Stratus in like the current era in the Royal Rumble that they had.
Yeah, exactly.
And she did really good actually. Like
Yeah, she did phenomenal. I was very pleasantly surprised.
still can't believe they brought back a Lunger Blade. Dude.
I know. Right?
And she was out so fast. It was
She
terrible.
couldn't even go over the rope.
She
No.
blazed right out of there.
Yeah.
It was funny because when the after the eliminations and after the Iconics eliminated everybody in the Elimination Chamber, you saw all of them like start ganging up on him, and I'm like, it's the Royal Rumble all over again.
Yeah, I remember you saying that, Cole. You're just like, how do these people not break their faces? Like,
Yeah.
It's easy. They know how to fall.
Yeah.
My prediction was that Miz and Shane O'Mac were gonna win it, and the Usos won it. This was another one I gave a 5.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm like, I did really want Shane and Miz to win it because I liked their team style that they had going, but at the same time, it's like haven't really seen the Usos get much either, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
Yeah, I wasn't
disappointed.
sad. Yeah, I wasn't
It's been
upset.
a while for the Usos, for
But
sure.
Yeah.
that Shane and Miz was my prediction. My high point was either the almost double coast to coast or the elbow, and then
The elbow was definitely my favorite.
the low point I think was the super kick catch.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I really would have. It would have been nice to have seen a double coast to coast.
Oh yeah.
I think if they would have, I'm pretty sure they would have played that very well. So I don't know. I didn't. That was, and that's like even reaching because I liked that sequence anyway. Like I liked seeing Shane catch the super kick, but I would have wanted to have seen a coast to coast. So it's pretty much me just nitpicking.
Yeah.
The next match was the handicap match. Lashley and Leo Rush
Oh my God.
versus Finn Balor. That match was kind of cool. Like, I mean, it was all over the place, and we got to see Leo Rush wrestle, which was cool because I watched Leo Rush on 205 Live, and he was pretty
And that's
fun
the
to
thing.
watch.
If you don't watch 205 Live, you've never seen him wrestle.
Yeah. So it was nice to see him wrestle. It was nice to see him get down for a minute, see him run away and catch that charge or whatever. I think my high point for that was when Balor made his comeback.
Yeah.
When he just started, doing his comeback sequence, and he started.
And he went over the ropes.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
flew high onto both of them.
He
Like,
does that
Yeah.
flipping tope, which is
love it.
amazing, dude, because he like curves himself back.
He doesn't
Before he-
doesn't do like try and do a cross body. He just jumps back facing them, so he doesn't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
And he just lands on him with his back.
Yeah, which was fucking
Like I'd be
amazing.
terrified to do that. Like if I was jumping forward to somebody and I could see them there, then
Yeah.
and they like caught me as they came down. But if I like jump my back towards them, all I can see is like what's in front of me getting further and further away.
Yeah.
I mean, I think my high point is when he did that crazy fucking jump over the ropes
That flip.
and he
Yeah.
just barely misses the ropes. I'm like, God damn.
He does that shit all the
He
time.
took both of them out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took both of them out, and then that's when he threw the little one back in, and then went
The little
on.
one.
Honestly, and granted, I don't know that this is the end of it because WWE likes to milk shit like this as long as they can. But my high point is just the hope that this is over.
Yeah, I am
so done with
really
this.
over it.
I mean, or you want the handicap ones to be over? Is that what
No,
you're saying?
no.
Or
Just
I
like
want,
the little
I want
team
the
up?
storyline between,
Balor
just the
and
rivalry
Lashley.
between Balor and Lashley to be done and over with.
Yeah,
And it's boring.
Milk
It's played
toast.
out.
Like he's beat him. He's beat both of them. Like come on.
Yeah, twice already. So I mean,
It's just
Yeah.
I'm done with that.
my high point was that Balor comeback. My low point, and this is my low point for every Finn Balor match, is he just gets his ass kicked like for a majority of the match.
Yeah,
And then he comes back and then he wins.
Then
Yeah.
he comes back, does that little drop kick and hits the coup de grace, and we're
Like,
good.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I forgot, guys. My bad. My bad.
Sorry. My prediction was Balor, so I was happy with the result. I gave that a 4, just because I hate seeing that whole David and Goliath story over and over and over.
Well, in this one, David and Goliath teamed up. It was Lashley and Leo Rush.
And I think I'll repeat that sentiment, and I think the only reason why I'm going to give it a 4 is just because it was so goddamn predictable for me. Like, yeah, this whole... And, like, it was kind of like and I made a joke about this when we were watching it, but it's like Kevin Hart and The Rock. And I immediately called when the little one got up in the ropes and was like, hey, Lashley was just about to fucking finish Baylor. And then he's like, hey, let me do it.
Yeah, and he tags himself.
And I'm like, oh my god, you could see that coming a mile away.
Yeah.
And then it's like, this is how it's going to end. He's going to get his fucking dick kicked in, and then he's going to get... Yeah, and I don't know. That's my only
Actually,
reason on why I think
laughed
it's a 4.
at the joke that Jesus made when he's like, you know what this is? This is like that one little kid that talks all this shit and then has to call in their older brother to come help him. It's like, dude, that is so true.
it's true, but
Because that's all he's like the hype man, and then all of a sudden Lashley just comes in and it's just like, shit, okay.
Yeah, I
That
was.
man is scary.
Yeah, Lashley's a big dude.
He is the
yeah.
almighty.
Oh god, Rousey versus Ruby Riott.
Was this even a match?
It
I
was-
thought that this was just like a fucking stage. Like
It was a squash match. It was just
It was.
nothing.
Which
It-
kind of that makes me really upset for Ruby because like she's badass.
Yeah.
And
No,
they-
she's an athlete.
You
for
know?
sure.
She's a great athlete, and like for them to have just thrown her away,
yeah,
like
they're
that.
like, you're just gonna go ahead and come on in and lay down for Rousey.
Yeah,
Cool,
like-
cool.
and people are starting to see it. Like you can hear like the boos, and you can hear like the quiet reactions from the WWE
Like,
universe.
for me, this was the absolute worst match of the night.
I agree. The only thing that redeemed it for me was when Becky Lynch came out.
Yeah.
It came out on her crutches.
Somebody call security.
Just beat
Somebody call the cops.
Just
Hello, police.
Hello, the police.
hello, the cops.
Besides that, though, I gotta say my high point obviously was her coming out as Sonya Blade.
Yeah,
I
dude,
lost
coming
it.
out in her Sonya Blade
I lost it.
That was cool.
I was like,
That was
oh,
cool.
I know that, I mean, you guys are hot on Ronda, but I just don't like her, like, at all. But I will give praise to her for this match because she did come out looking like her own person instead of
she looked
those
good.
fucking awful, god awful cornrows. It's like, God, man, I hate it. It's
My friend LaQuisha did my hair.
It looks so bad, and I'm not gonna make the joke I normally make because it's probably not suitable for all audiences.
Good.
We
But
don't
God.
play for all audiences, do we?
Damn, dude, it's not. White people with cornrows is not okay. It's not okay.
Not.
Like, in terms of, like, you don't look good. I mean, like, you can take out the culture appropriation. I ain't fucking with that. I'm saying that you look like shit. You look like a mutant. You don't look good at all.
it's like not a matter of, oh, you know, you can't have this. It's just like you can't have this because you look like shit. Like,
Yeah.
Don't you?
I don't
wanna
know.
look
I
good?
just-
don't you want to
the
look
whole,
good?
like-
because you don't.
And, you know, I've only been watching for a little bit, but have they always been, like, kissing Ronda's ass? Like,
Since they got her, yeah.
Well,
Is
yeah,
it-
like
it just feels like she didn't have the come up like all these other people
she's
did.
she's a big push for publicity. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
I mean, she pretty
Yeah,
much.
but it's fucking stupid.
She came
Why
in
should I
and
care
got
about
a
this?
title like right away.
Why should I care about this person at all? Like, I'm trying to, you know, I'm soaking in the kayfabe here, you know. I want to enjoy it, but when it comes down to Ronda, I can't just because, like, I enjoy everyone else. There's literally no one except for Samoa Joe. But there's...
My boy, my boy.
I just, like, I enjoy everyone else. I just can't fucking stand Ronda. And I think it's just because they're such ass kissers and
Well,
brown nosers with her.
I think in
and-
order for them to even have gotten her, they had to give her some.
So you think it's
pretty-
contractual?
I'm
Well, it has to be.
I'm sure it's contractual.
She's the female Brock Lesnar, only full time.
And nobody likes Lesnar.
Yeah, no.
Nope.
So you think that they would learn their lesson?
Yeah, but I mean, like Ronda
they
Rousey.
want that MMA draw, and they know they're kind of losing Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm. So
you know what I
Is
think
Lesnar
would
going
be
back to MMA?
I don't know if he's going back to MMA, but he's certainly
probably going to
not.
take that title with him. Like
he's
no one's
certainly
getting
not
that
hanging
away
out-
from him.
Yeah, for real. He's not hanging out in WWE, that's for sure.
But I was gonna say I think what might be a good move is to, you know, have somebody get the title from Ronda. I like watching her fight. I have hopes for her that she'll like improve.
absolutely.
But somebody
She's still
should
too
take
green.
it from her, and then she should have to go a while without it and
Yeah.
work up to try and get it back. And then when she has it back, then she can like be on that level that everyone else is,
Absolutely.
I guess it's not like a personal attack towards Ronda.
You know? Oh yeah.
I just think that the way they're going about it with her story and like everything like that, I just don't like it at all.
Oh yeah. That's
Like,
I
exactly.
mean, it's basically like, "Hi, I'm here. Title, please.
Yeah.
Thank you."
Like I like watching her fight when she has those longer, drawn out matches. You know.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely. Like when
even
she-
I was pissed about the one on yesterday. You know. But
It's kind of the same reason why I don't like Daniel Bryan.
Can I say I'm a little over the hip toss.
Oh, the arm drag hip
Yeah.
toss, yeah. Well, and see, that's the thing is that Ronda's still so goddamn green that it's not believable that she could be a champion at this moment.
Exactly.
So it's just like it really does take you out of kayfabe. It
Yeah,
takes
and
you
I
out.
didn't
of,
even fucking think of that. Yeah, it's exactly how it is because it's like, why would this person
Yeah, she
be able
doesn't-
to win a championship?
She doesn't know enough yet to counter all the moves that all these other superstars have.
It's like if fucking Conor McGregor came to WWE and became heavyweight champion.
And I bet you it'll happen.
Christ.
If he does.
I know.
If he does.
Can you
that'll
imagine,
happen.
speaking of kayfabe,
And then
can
they
you
need-
fucking imagine Conor McGregor in the WWE?
Fuck no.
Oh, he would be worse than Brock Lesnar.
Oh, that'd be
dude.
rad.
Get him out of my
Everything would be on
No.
fucking fire.
I would want Brock Lesnar to beat him up. Like,
Look at you, Brock Lesnar.
you fucking prick.
Yeah, right.
fuck
Bleeping.
you say to me.
Comes out with his fucking stupid walk. God, I hate him.
I don't know. That's just a personal thing I know, but
Yeah, no,
just
absolutely.
Ron
No,
just bugs the shit out of me.
See, but Daniel Bryan, if you follow his story from where he was,
Oh, he was awesome.
yeah,
Yeah,
he was.
oh, yeah.
He's
So he
definitely.
started out from the bottom.
Yeah, yeah, he
He,
did.
he
Okay,
started
so
out.
that's-
He started out by his real name, which is Daniel Bryan or
Bryan Danielson.
Bryan Danielson. Sorry,
Get the
on,
fuck
on
out.
like
Are
the
you
indie
serious?
circuits.
Yep.
What the?
He started out indie wrestling and nobody like knew who he was, and then there was this match that he had with like way back on Velocity with John Cena, and John Cena looked so goddamn ridiculous. He had like this giant chain, like an actual chain around his neck.
Yeah,
Like,
with a
he looked-
lock too,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had a match, and then later on they had a match, and he ended up beating him. But following him up through his career, like now he kind of sucks, like the new character that he has. But
Yeah, he's super
like he
super heel.
was like for a second there, he was like the biggest
I
wrestler.
like the last heel he did.
Yeah,
The
the no.
Was
the
that
no
when he
heel.
was with Bray Wyatt?
No. That was just him on his own.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
shortly
okay,
after
okay.
that was when they did Hell No.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
I gave this match a 2.
Yeah,
I gave it a 2 because it was just
I give the
run of the mill.
like if I had to go at the actual match a 2, yeah, but the whole sequence in general
like the whole spectacle
afterwards,
stuff.
like I would give it maybe a 3.
Yeah, I'd
Taking
give
that
it a
into
3.
consideration.
I'd give it a 3. Watching Charlotte Flair get the living shit kicked out of her by some crutches. That
her
was,
and her lopsided titties.
Ric Flair's son get beat up by the
Yeah.
man.
It was crazy, dude. Like Becky Lynch didn't hold back on them crutches, man.
No.
You saw
She
all
was
the you saw all the welts and shit. That
Which
are they like
gives me-
channeling Steve Austin?
yeah, yeah. That's who they were. That's definitely who they were channeling.
Dude,
like
she's
a
got
wrestler.
the brace and everything,
Yeah.
and that gives me like that gets me super excited. Like come WrestleMania, because
Yeah.
Charlotte's the new wrestler, and I really want her to come out and just beat her ass again.
I think it's all just leading up to a triple threat match at WrestleMania,
Which I would be totally okay with.
and I'm totally fine with it. And I think they're going. I think at WrestleMania is where Ronda drops it to Becky Lynch.
See,
please,
I
God.
want that so
That would be cool.
badly.
I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. But yeah, we'll see. Next match is Corbin versus Strowman in a no disqualification match.
Hardest nipples in the game.
Hardest
dog.
nipples in the game. One move and they were already out.
yeah.
One move and they were already out. And
Next time I'm gonna record it.
he
Like
takes,
I'm gonna
he takes
set
3 steps. Bloop.
I'm gonna set a timer.
for what?
I'm gonna record it
As
like
soon as the bell rings, just hit the timer.
it's like oh it's out.
10 seconds. Corbin threw his vest at him
Yeah.
and he slipped on it when he
And then I like how the announcers used that the whole rest of the match. Like,
Yeah.
no, it was intentional.
Yeah. It was crazy. But then,
You could
like,
say that Brian. You could say that Baron Corbin made a bad investment. Brian Corbin.
Right. Good old
Braun
Brian.
Corbin.
Braun Corbin.
Baron Strowman. But then he pops out that kendo stick and he's just like beating the shit out of.
I don't need a kendo stick to whoop your ass.
Yeah, and then Strowman just like snaps
And
that
then
shit
like
in
2
half.
minutes later, he's like, "Hold on, let me go get something from
Yeah.
under the ring."
Which I
great.
mentioned while we were watching it yesterday.
You're
that
not wrong.
If you like snapping a kendo stick in half would be no fucking easy task.
No,
Like-
absolutely not.
Well, I mean, have you seen the guy? He's probably
Yeah.
all 4 of us.
Like
put
I
together.
actually, I
He's like
have
1,000 kendo
one.
sticks in one.
I have one because me and like way back in the day, me and my friend introduced me to this like this group that got together back like at the old there was like an old pawn shop in Logan, and you would buy these they were kendo sticks, but they were called shinais, and we would just basically like they would teach you how to like do different like sword fighting moves, and then you'd get together and like have this fake like sword fighting war or whatever. So I have one, and those things fucking hurt when you get hit with one.
That loud ass snap.
Yeah, and
that's a real
if
thing.
you get hit like, because what can happen is if you get hit like on the back, let's say hard enough, like the bamboo splints that are held together can like open and close, so they can just grab skin as they're coming back up.
Yep, I've been hit in the back with a kendo stick, and that's exactly what happens.
Yep. Yeah,
like it just like as soon as it like hits, it spreads, but it like closes up.
God damn.
Yeah, and so like you not only are you feeling that sting from the hit, you're feeling the sting from the pinches. It's like 2 or 3 pinches just right on the back of your head. Yeah, it really does. And then he does that around the ring charge. Strowman does, and he throws the announcer's chair.
Oh my god! And he caught it.
Yeah,
he caught the chair,
yeah.
dude.
I think he was supposed to legit catch it.
Yeah,
like it kind of like tumbled out of his hand.
Yeah,
or
no,
whatever.
and it was great because it was on the other side of the screen. It was out of frame, and you just see this chair fly towards him. And for those of you that didn't watch and couldn't see, it was one of those like office chairs with wheels that are heavy enough as it is. And he like caught it and just like threw it to the ground.
Like I just wish like it hadn't like tumbled a little bit, because like for him to just
stiff hold.
Snap it.
Or the other thing that would have been great is if it got thrown at him and he just like batted it away and kept charging.
So then Corbin grabs the chairs and he's dominating with the steel steps for a minute, and he does these cool little rebound punches where he like runs off to the rope and punches him in the face, and he went to the well too many times.
As much as I fucking hate him now, like those were some effective punches that he was giving him, because each one that he connected with like staggered Strowman.
And I think it was really awkward when Strowman had Baron Corbin on the corner, and he would like whip to the middle rope and then like veer over.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty awkward.
I noticed that.
I thought that was pretty awkward. I'm just like, well, why not just do the thing where you go to the one corner and smash? And I thought he was setting him up for one of those pounces where you throw them into one end and you bounce off the other. You like meet in the middle. Mm-hmm. I thought he was going to do that, and that's when he power slams him into the table, where he does running power slam into the table. That shit was fucking.
Oh, when he set it up in the corner.
When he power slams him in there, and that's when McIntyre and Lashley they come out with chairs. And I'm just so over that shit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so over the Baron Corbin shit in general.
Granted, we did get to see one of the coolest, like, double team moves, though.
Yeah, they did
double table takedown.
Yep. Yeah, I haven't seen that in a long time.
What I thought was going to happen, and I was kind of hoping for this too, but I thought they were going to try and put Strowman in the middle of the two tables, and then somebody, like, jumped off and crashed through the first one into him. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh god, no. He's gonna die.
Oh god.
But they ended up doing that triple power bomb, and that's how Corbin wins.
He just had like no effort at all. Like, and I was just like, look at his fucking face as he's doing that. Like, no.
Yeah, the triple power bomb was my high point of the match.
Yeah, I mean I would give this match a 5 if it wasn't for that shit. For the other two coming out and kind of, I don't know. Like that guy's face fucking bugs me, Corbin. I'm so bored. Like I don't understand why they're trying to perpetuate the Corbin story. Yeah. Like I don't. It's over. It's done.
He's not even. Is he even still a manager?
No.
He fucking dresses like one. Like still. At least go back to your old outfit.
Dresses like a waiter at fucking Olive
Garden.
Yeah,
dude. Like I don't know. I'm just. I gotta show over it.
Cole a picture of what he used to fucking look like, because it was bad.
Yeah, it's amazing. Look at that.
Oh, God, are you serious?
It's like, I want to grow my hair out, but
his hair was all
Jesus,
super stringy.
It looks like he's just come in from selling meth on
Yeah,
the corner.
him cutting his hair was probably a good thing.
Yeah, because
but when he first came out, he was pretty dope. Like
he was like really like dark and
Mhm.
like not really brooding, but like
He was
his
just-
theme music, like
he was just dark and aggressive.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And like his moves, like they don't get the light of day. Like the Deep Six and the End of Days, those are moves I would love to see because the Deep Six is a fun move.
now that you're bringing it up, I would be all about like a return to old Baron Corbin.
Yeah, I would too. I would too. But yeah, I also gave it a 4. My low point of this match is just that it was just all over the place. Like it was almost like they didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, I give it a 4 too, just because of how Baron Corbin won. Like it would have been a 5 if they had like a one-on-one like straight fight between the two of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that it was a 5 until
Yeah.
they came out and ruined it.
I mean, it wasn't ever a 5 for me. I just the match was cool, but I'm just so fucking sick of it.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just done.
Done. I am super
That's
done.
why I'm saying like let's go back to
let's
old
get-
Corbin
Like, not even just that.
at
like,
least.
I could not give a shit if I never saw Corbin again.
Yeah,
But like, he's just kind of that boring to me.
he's
Well,
like,
it's like he's gonna be
but-
around, but like what I'm saying is, if he is gonna be around, at least go back to that. Like maybe don't grow your
let
hair
me-
back out,
Let
but
me just see.
Well, it's obvious that he can't.
It took him 10 years to get that.
yeah.
No, like, let me just see fucking Braun Strowman doing something else. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just sick of him being relegated to this god awful rivalry that doesn't go anywhere
I
at
agree.
this point.
He needs new writing.
Like,
Yeah,
the second
absolutely.
that Corbin was beat for, to get him out of the manager spot, that's where that should have
Yeah,
been.
that should have been the end of it. Seriously, should have
Like,
been
because
the end
there's
of it.
no reason for it to continue.
Absolutely.
There is no impetus for this rivalry to go on.
Oh well.
Oh well.
oh well,
Oh well.
pitter patter.
Let's get at her.
her.
On to the main event. The men's elimination chamber.
Holy shit!
Holy fuck, was that a stress ball and a half, dude?
Yeah.
Like, the three of us, Jesus was in the kitchen stress eating vegetables.
Yeah, dude,
Like,
I was pounding those like little chocolate
Donut
donut
ball.
balls, dude.
we were just sitting there, and I'm just, like, on my fucking edge of the seat. It was
Like
great.
I got up to go refill my drink, and I like ran into the kitchen, poured it, ran back into the living room, and I was like, okay.
You like that's no joke. He like legitimately got up and like was fucking running into the kitchen.
That shit was crazy.
I couldn't fucking piss. I had to piss so bad.
Yeah.
And I got up and I was like, shh. And you like, because I had somewhere to go, so I was like, fucking run it. Let's go. Come on. And I was like, fuck,
I was like,
gotta
no,
piss
dude,
so-"
we'll pause it. We'll pause it. Like, no, just go.
Let's
I'm
go.
like, fuck, I gotta piss so bad.
I'll hold it.
We'll do it live.
Fuck it.
Daniel Bryan and Joe started. Daniel Bryan was just kind of running away from Samoa Joe, and when he got his hands on him, he started dominating. I will give Joe that Boston Crab to STF to crossface to Rings of Saturn, that was pretty fucking cool. And then like they get out into the pod area, and Daniel Bryan slams him into the pod, and then Kofi comes out first, and he does that splash on the back of Samoa Joe, and then Daniel Bryan brings him off into the ropes, and he does that flying knee onto the back of him, and he just like slingshots him over.
Well, and I love when Daniel Bryan goes and sits up on the pod.
Yeah.
And then
Kofi gets
and
up
then
there.
Kofi,
He's like,
he
no,
throws Kofi.
no.
Samoa Joe kind of chucks Kofi, and Kofi's like, just love that look that he gave him, and he's like, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah. And then we get the first kick exchange between Kofi and Daniel Bryan, and that shit was, and that was cool because they were like climbing along the cage,
Yeah.
and so they were like kicking each other in the back, simultaneously, and that was cool. I thought that was. I mean, this whole match was just one grand slam after the other. Kofi does that trust fall splash.
Oh,
And that was, he almost missed it like by a little bit, but thankfully they grabbed him. Styles comes out next, and he does that forward and reverse DDT
Oh yeah.
to Kofi and Daniel Bryan. And that was dope.
Oh, we got a flying forearm on the way out of the ring.
Yeah.
To, who was it on the
I think it was
edge?
Daniel Bryan, or that was when he was on the cage, or
Yeah, and he instead of coming into the ring, he went out of it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he does it to his back because he was climbing. The
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
rad.
Right to the back of his neck.
Joe throws AJ Styles like over to the cage, but when he like throws him to the cage, he bounces back and he does that back body drop into the ring again. Jeff Hardy comes out and Kofi's like on his knees along the ropes and he does the poetry in motion to the outside of the cage, and then
I might go out on a limb and say that my high point contender was the Swanton Bomb, like off the pod.
oh yeah,
And just
Absolutely.
how tight and clean that was, because he could have missed that like terribly.
yeah.
See, he never misses those.
He could have though,
he is always.
Was that when
with
they're hanging
the-
off the rope and he like...
Like he was like laying on the top rope, like prone, and he goes to the pod and he does that front.
Yep.
With how little of a distance
Yeah.
though that they had, like that he had to actually nail that. Like I was impressed with that. Like
Absolutely.
It looked cool as fuck.
Yeah.
That was the thing, is it looked really cool.
Like his aim is fucking amazing.
Even now,
every
yeah,
time.
he
Like, it's
nails
crazy.
it every time. But the like shit part was that after he came out of that, Daniel Bryan hit him with the knee and eliminated.
Yeah, that
him.
was-
Like he had like 2 minutes of time.
I know, and that really pisses me off. Like I knew he wasn't gonna win it. I knew that they weren't gonna give it to him.
they
but,
kind of really
like,
screwed him.
He always gets screwed now. Like, yeah.
it's like if it's not the Hardy Boys,
Yeah,
let's
after
not.
the days of the Hardy Boys, it's just
Yeah. And then we get Randy Orton that comes out, and AJ attempts that phenomenal forearm, and he ended up catching him into the RKO. And that's when AJ gets eliminated.
see, that was pretty cool though, because he wasn't even trying to do the forearm to him. Who was he doing it on? He was going after someone else, and Orton just pops up and grabs him.
Yeah. mhm.
That was pretty rad, because like he wasn't even. I don't think he was on screen. If he was, like, he was just kind of off, and I wasn't paying attention. But all of a sudden, he was just there. I was
He
like,
was just quick. and
RKO out
correct.
of nowhere.
And he's so good at that. Like
Yeah.
I hate that shit so much, but he is so good at doing the out of nowhere RKO.
Yeah.
And then
Like you know that he does that, but you don't know to expect it. Like in
Yeah.
any of his matches.
old Kofi comes out of nowhere with the Trouble in Paradise.
Oh, and he eliminates him, and
eliminates
that
Orton.
was another high point of mine. Like
it's so great to see Kofi being highlighted in all these matches.
After how many years of just being buried or part of a team?
Yeah,
even before he was in the New Day, like when he was just Kofi Kingston, like I was like always like, oh, dude, like because back then is when I kind of started noticing it. I'm like, oh, dude, this guy reminds me of fucking Eddie Gordo from Tekken. Like this is where it's at, dude.
Well, like the last time I remember him being pushed was when he had a Jamaican accent still.
Yeah. And
Oh yeah, and then do you remember that when
And
he
then he
was
fucked it up.
when he started talking, and then they were just like,
aren't you
"Aren't
Jamaican?
you Jamaican?"
And he was like,
and I think that's why they stopped pushing him.
shocked
Because
look on his face.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So great.
He's like trying to stop like an argument or something. Like, hey guys, come on now. And they're like,
Yeah.
aren't you Jamaican?
but then
I'm
I
Jamaican.
forgot Samoa Joe's elimination, but that's okay.
Yeah, because everything about him is forgettable.
And then fucking match of the night, Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston, and they start exchanging those kicks.
Oh.
And Kofi's like, "Come on, bro!"
I
He
love
starts
that.
smacking on his ribs, and he's just like, "Let's go, let's go!" When he was doing the gauntlet on SmackDown or whatever, and AJ Styles comes in,
He's like, hey man, you don't have to. And he's like, no, let's go. And he like
he's
shoves
like
him.
pushing him, and I remember him saying, "I've waited too long for this. This is my time. I've waited too long," and I'm just like getting chills and
Yeah.
shit, and I'm
Yeah.
just like,
You're like,
"It is
you're like,
your time."
He has.
I think my only low point of this match, like altogether, is when Daniel Bryan's got him against the ropes and he's like, you don't deserve to be here.
Yeah,
I'm like,
you don't
who the
deserve to
fuck?
be in this
Like,
with me. Yeah.
He does, like, 100
But I mean,
times
that's-
over.
he's
I was like,
got-
that's not very vegan of
Yeah.
you.
He's got to say that. He's the heel. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah, I think
but,
my
and Kofi was my pick. Kofi was my pick.
definitely. Well, I knew Bryan was gonna win. Like I was like, he's gonna win. I hoped Kofi was gonna
Yeah.
win, but I already like I was calling it to these guys.
Yeah.
and there were parts where they were like, I don't know, Eddie.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're wrong, dude. Like, he hit that Trouble in Paradise and then Bryan kicked out.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah. Kofi, of course, got eliminated and Bryan won. But my high point of the match was just how well Kofi Kingston was showcased.
Oh yeah.
And
It was
I really,
so great.
I really hope that maybe not in these couple of months, but after WrestleMania, they'll give him a shot.
Yeah.
I hope so.
It seems like that's the path, right?
Mhm,
Like
yeah.
that seems like what is going to happen, right?
Because I mean, he's pinned Daniel Bryan already. He pinned him at the Gauntlet match, and that counts. Like if you pin the champion, you get like more push towards being champion. So I think
Like basically, if they let you pin the champion,
Without
they're
getting the
already
title.
showing that they have faith in you.
Yeah.
And so you're already on your way. And they're not going to let you pin the champion unless it's under super spurious circumstances, just for weird storyline shit. But like, if they're going to let you pin somebody important, then they're showing faith in you. And then for that to have happened, and then for him to have shown so well during the match, he didn't fuck anything up.
no.
He was on point every time. Like, that's just going to get bigger and bigger. You know?
Minus the minor mess up with the trust fall that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
But
I mean, even that, like, that was more of a Joe and Styles thing than it was a Kofi thing.
they caught him and kept it going. But
Yeah. So that was match of the night for me.
Yeah.
easy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
5 all around for that.
Yeah, the pay-per-view was absolutely amazing. I gave the pay-per-view a 5. We didn't come up with silly names this time.
Oh, well, shit.
That's okay. Yeah, it's all.
We're good.
Most of them were high enough up there that
Yeah.
we didn't really need it, except for the Rousey match. But
Yep. But I
you
mean,
can just call that one our rating. The
I don't even
the
call
throwaway.
that a match. I call it just like a showpiece.
yeah, pretty much. That was just like,
Like,
it
we
was just
don't
like
have
another-
anything else. What can we do?
Yeah, throw Baron and Strowman in there somewhere. Like, but honestly, the entire pay-per-view as a whole got a 5 from me.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, I would repeat that. Yeah.
And I think it's because of the fact that it was such a short pay-per-view. You know what I mean? And it was a double-branded pay-per-view, so they had reasons, you know what I mean? But all their major players were in chambers. So there was no real matchup to make.
It still did go like what 3.5 hours.
It was about 3.5
Yeah.
hours.
I mean, and I said this when we were, in the beginning, because Jesus was saying, he was complaining about it only being 3 hours long. And I was like, well, I mean, I would rather have a 3 hour long phenomenal broadcast instead of a 5 hour long.
Well, and that's
You know what I mean?
that's what I was
Crown
saying.
Jewel. Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry.
That's what I was saying earlier. I mean, yeah, you can have a shorter pay-per-view with nothing but just like fucking 5-star matches, or you can have a longer pay-per-view where it's shit like, the first match is not even a titled match. It's just two completely forgettable people doing completely forgettable shit. And like that starts to set the tone for everything else.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, it's definitely way better to keep it short and on top than to extend it and have all these low points.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that concludes our Elimination Chamber talk. Thank you guys so much for listening
And watching.
and
if you
watching on the Twitch stream.
I think it's just us watching.
I think it pretty much is. Yeah.
are. 1, 2.
I was.
Oh, it says 3 on there now, but
So maybe one.
Yes, he probably.
Yeah.
As always, you can follow us on social media.
On Facebook, The Nerd Corporation, a podcast.
on Twitter and Instagram at Nerdcourt Podcast.
Or you can shoot us an email at nerdcourtpodcast@gmail.com.
And if you're looking to break through pods and climb chambers with us, subscribe to our Patreon. Patreon.com/Nerdcore Podcast. Several tiers of loot to have access to, from stickers and shirts to bonus content and secret episodes. So for the Nerd Corporation, my name is Eddie Lyon.
I'm Cole.
I'm Derek.
And I'm Nick Lewis.
Catch y'all on the flip side.
Latris on the Menjay.
It's a Texas size 10-4.
Go bye.
Over and out.
Bye-bye.